When the alien ship first appeared above Earth, nobody panicked. It wasn't a warship, just a long silver vessel that moved like it was gliding on a quiet lake. People stepped out of their homes and stared at the sky, confused but strangely calm. The government scrambled for answers, but the aliens didn't speak in threats. They spoke in greetings. Their message was simple. We come to talk. General Elias Ward watched the first live feed from the arrival chamber, leaning slightly forward in his chair. He wasn't afraid, just curious. Humans had waited centuries for this moment. And now it was happening in a small white room in Geneva. The alien diplomats stepped out, tall and thin, walking gently like they didn't want to crush the floor. Their eyes reflected colors Earth didn't have names for. They bowed, polite, almost shy. The first alien raised a three-fingered hand. We request a peaceful dialogue. Ward could tell they were nervous. The small tremble in their fingers, the way they looked around as if Earth might swallow them. He wasn't sure why humans weren't exactly frightening, not compared to what the galaxy surely held. Still, something about the aliens' behavior felt strange, as if they were scared but hiding it. Before Ward could ask anything, a quiet alert flashed on his wrist tablet. He frowned and tapped the message open. A single line appeared. Unidentified megastructure inbound. Estimated arrival, 19 minutes. Ward's breath stopped. This wasn't from Earth. This wasn't something humans had called. He looked up slowly. The alien diplomats were already staring at him, and their eyes were filled with fear. They hadn't come because they wanted peace. They had come because they were running from something heading straight for Earth. The alert spread through the command center like a cold wind. Engineers froze mid-sentence, screens flickered with warnings, and even the experienced officers shifted uneasily. Ward stood in the middle of it all, his jaw tight. What kind of megastructure? He asked. No one had an answer. One of the alien diplomats stepped closer, voice trembling. It is not ours. Ward could tell they were hiding something. Then whose is it? The alien hesitated. A race you do not want to meet. Before any explanation could unfold, the room shook slightly, just a vibration, like a distant thunderclap. People rushed to the windows. Outside, the sky was beginning to darken. Though it was only noon, it's blocking sunlight. A technician whispered. Ward stepped beside him and looked up. Something massive was sliding into orbit. So large that the horizon bent around it. It wasn't a normal ship. It was wider than whole cities, deeper than mountain valleys, and shaped like a blade that could split a planet. A murmur filled the room. Fear. Confusion. The alien diplomats lowered their heads. We warned them not to come here, the leader said sadly. Your planet is unready for them. Ward turned away from the window. You think we can't handle this? No, the alien replied softly. No world can. Ward didn't argue. He didn't shout. He simply tapped a command into his tablet. A secure channel opened, asking for confirmation. Deploy. Ward pressed his thumb to the scanner. The alien diplomats watched the confirmation light turn green, and their eyes widened with confusion. They looked at each other, whispering rapidly in their language, disbelief spreading through every movement. Have a Titan class, the leader whispered. Ward didn't answer. Outside the window, the stars trembled as something enormous woke from its deep orbit. For a moment, Earth fell silent, cities, oceans, deserts, everything seemed to pause. Then the clouds parted, rising from the upper atmosphere. Like a black continent was Earth's Titan-class warship, the Aegis. Its hull glowed faint blue, covered in scars from secret tests the public never knew about. It moved slowly, calmly, like it didn't need to prove its power. Gasps echoed across the command center. Even Ward, who had seen it dozens of times, felt a heavy thump in his chest. The ship wasn't elegant. It wasn't pretty. It was simply unstoppable. The alien diplomats stepped back. Their skin dimming, a sign of deep fear. This is not possible, one whispered. Humans are a young race. You cannot build such a vessel. Ward turned toward them, voice steady. You came here thinking we were weak. No, the leader said shakily. We came here because we believed you were safe, that the hunters would not risk approaching a quiet world. Ward nodded slowly. Well, your hunters picked the wrong planet. The alien megastructure above Earth responded to the Titan warship's activation. Its enormous form began shifting, plates opening, revealing something that looked too much like a planet killer. A soft alarm beeped. The Titan had locked targets. Ward spoke quietly, almost like a father correcting a child. We didn't want this. But if something threatens Earth... He looked back at the screen. We end it. The alien diplomats stared not at the enemy, but at humanity. They had expected fear. They had expected surrender. Instead, they were watching a species that looked at impossible odds, and calmly prepared to break them in half. The Titan's engines roared a deep, rolling sound like a mountain waking up. Light surged across its hull. Its weapon ports opened slowly, each one larger than the alien diplomat's entire shuttle. Target lock stable, a technician announced, voice shaking. Ward didn't blink. Hold fire. All eyes turned to him. The alien diplomats leaned forward, confused. You are not attacking? Ward crossed his arms. No, I'm giving them a chance. The alien leader whispered, humans. Offer mercy. Ward gave him a small shrug. Sometimes, the Titan emitted a low hum. A bright sphere of energy gathered at its prow, blinding white at the center, blue at the edges, spinning like a captured star. Everyone held their breath. The Titan didn't fire at the Meg's Teia ECTURE. Instead, it unleashed the blast past it so close, the shockwave made the enemy ship tilt. The sky flashed white. The oceans reflected it like mirrors. Message was sent. One, even the darkest reaches of the galaxy would understand. Humanity was not prey. Inside the command center, silence returned. The alien diplomats were trembling now, not from fear of the enemy, but fear of what humans were capable of when pushed. The enormous megastructure seemed unsure. Its weapons folded halfway, then paused. Lights along its spine flickered as if it was reconsidering. Ward breathed slowly, deliberately. If they leave now, we let them go, and if they don't, an officer asked quietly. Ward's expression hardened. Then the galaxy will learn what a Titan can do. The megastructure suddenly emitted a pulsing, angry, thunderous sound vibrating through space. The aliens gasped. They chose war. Ward nodded once. So did we. The first strike came fast, a beam of red light, carved across the darkness, splitting clouds as it aimed straight for the Titan's hull. Impact in 3 seconds. Someone shouted. The Titan didn't dodge. It didn't need to. A shimmering barrier formed around the warship, bending the beam like it was slicing through water. The attack scattered into a harmless spray of particles. Ward exhaled. Shields holding. Return fire. The Titan responded instantly. A deep rumble shook the sky as dozens of plasma lances flew outward, each one a spear of blue light. They slammed into the megastructure, bursting through armor the aliens had once called unbreakable. Metal ripped. Fire spread. The enemy ship staggered. Trying to stabilize, the alien diplomats watched in silent horror. No one has ever harmed them. The leader whispered. No one except you. But the megastructure didn't fall. Not yet. It shifted form, opening a massive gate, revealing something terrifying inside. A swarm of drone ships. Thousands of them, sharp as glass and faster than bullets. Swarm incoming. An officer yelled. Ward bit his cheek, thinking fast. Release the archwings from the Titan's underbelly. Hundreds of small human fighters launched at once, sleek, fast, each piloted by soldiers who had trained for years in darkness. Waiting for a moment like this, the sky turned into a storm of lights. Drones and archwings spiraled around each other. Lasers streaking across the black canvas of space. Explosions lit the atmosphere like fireworks from a world ending and beginning at the same time. Inside the command center, Ward leaned forward, watching closely. His voice was calm, but his hands were clenched behind his back. Push them back, he murmured. Not a command, a promise. Humanity wasn't losing, it was rising. The battle stretched across the sky like a burning scar. The Titan moved with slow, deliberate force, each shot precise enough to blind satellites. The enemy megastructure was cracking large pieces, breaking off and falling toward the atmosphere, burning up like dying stars. But the drones kept coming. Ward could feel the room tightening around him. Officers worked fast, sweat beading on foreheads, voices shaking but steady. This wasn't just a fight. This was a line history would carve into memory. "General," a pilot crackled through the voice strained. "The swarm is thinning. One more push." Ward nodded. "Understood. Prepare final strike." He walked toward the window, watching the Titan turn slowly, as if lining up destiny itself. The alien diplomats stood behind him, whispering prayers in their own language. One of them finally spoke. "Why do you fight so hard, even when the odds are impossible?" Ward didn't turn. "Because this is our home." The Titan's core glowed brighter white, blinding, almost painful to look at. A single beam erupted from its front cannon, silent, perfect, clean. It pierced the megastructure through its center. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the entire enemy vessel blossomed into light. A shockwave exploded outward, sending a ripple through the clouds. The drones, cut off from their command, fell dead from the sky like shattered metal feathers. The battle was over. Earth was still standing. The alien diplomats stared at the Titan, now quiet again, drifting above the planet it had just saved. "Your people." The leader whispered. "You are not what the galaxy believes." Ward finally looked at them, tired but steady. "Then you'd better tell them the truth." The alien nodded slowly, understanding. That day, the galaxy learned something it would never forget. Humanity didn't seek war, but if war came to them, they ended it, and far above Earth, the Titan-class warship shone like a silent promise. This world is not afraid.